Good afternoon, guys. Working with this UgCS a little bit more. They finally got back to me. I had a few problems earlier, almost a month ago, and seemed like they got things taken care of for me. So the problems I was having was it wasn't seeing. It would see the H520 because I was connected to the camera, but it would not upload a mission to the H520 because it was calling a quadricopter instead of a hexacopter. So I talked to them, and we got things sorted out. So I'll go from here and let's check it out. So I kind of picked an area already. When you start up UgCS, basically you get a globe and you scroll over to the area you want to go to. And they kind of a little bit like Google Earth. And go from there. So when you open it up, default name of this mission is mission of 1122. You can rename it. You just click in there and rename it. We'll just call it test. Oops. Test. Alrighty. And then I'll go over here, menu. Create a new mission. Okay. The H520 PX4-1 already pops up. So basically the H520 utilizes a PX4, as a lot of other vehicles do. But if you oops, I didn't have to click there. But if you look here where I'm hovering, it's profiles a unique H520 serial number 1. I don't know what that all means, but basically it sees it, and it did before, and it called it the PX4-1. But when you hovered over this, it called it a quadricopter, and that was it. So let's get started on this. Create a new mission from scratch. We'll select the H520. You have all this stuff. I really don't mess with any of this stuff over here or over here, but here I may. So maximum altitude above the ground level is set at 500 meters. That's the default. Let's go ahead and change that towards closer to 400 feet. Let's go at let's say like 150 meters. Okay, and then this is your emergency return altitude above home. Again, it's meters. Sorry guys, this thing is meters, and it's not. There's nothing imperial about it. So if you have a hard time with meters, be prepared to break out a calculator and start calculating, or maybe not use the software. Sorry about it, guys. And those who do not have the H520, sorry, this will not work for you. It maybe give you some ideas, but on elevations, on maybe how to plot manually with your 480s and your 920s, things like that. But really, it's that's all you're going to be able to do is check out elevation. Say, oh man, I better make sure I'm 50 feet above that bad boy, and go from there. So, anyways, let's um, select OK. I'm not going to set a takeoff point because when I take my drone out here and I set on the ground and boot up and everything, it's going to know where the drone is at. So click on the photogrammetry tool, and in here we have all kinds of stuff. And right now I'll kind of leave it as default for right now, but flight speed meters per second is 5 meters per second, of course. Your turn type, a lot of them have spline and stop and turn. Not the H520. It is straight. There's no selection there. The camera type, you have two cameras, the E50 or the E90. So I select the E90. There is also no elevation on here that you set that you want to be above the ground. So it's all done in ground resolution, GSD. And it's centimeters. So if you know anything about ground resolution, the GSD stuff, 1.5 is not the best. So I'd like to use 0.75. Try to be below 1. If there's giant trees out here, that 0.75 is not going to be good enough. You're going to have to bump it up to 1 or 1.5 to whatever it is to clear those trees. And unfortunately, this program does not see trees like that. It's existing ground surfaces and some buildings. If there was a bunch of earthwork that went on here before this picture was taken, this picture is not going to be like this, or will not resemble that, because who knows when this picture was taken. It could have been 20 years ago. So it's always important to do a site visit, or maybe a couple of them, depending on the type of situation, so you can get a good idea what the site looks like, and make sure that your maps look right. In this, you can go through and you could change your map types. I won't go through that here, but you can go to Google Earth or Esri or whatever. But keep in mind, this is as this topography is as it was when this picture was taken. So just so you guys know, I know that you can import data into this. Like, let's say that um, this got wiped out over here, like they cut a new road in or whatever, and it's all been surveyed and mapped, or basically surveyed. You can import that data into here, and it'll show it in here like as a polyline, and have new elevation set to it. So, but I'm not going to get into that. That's kind of above a lot of people's uh, knowledge base, and actually, it's probably a little bit above mine for this software. Anyways, I know what it entails. It's just I haven't played with that part yet. So, anyways, let's go in here. Let's keep on cruising down. You have your percent overlap for forward, and then of course your side overlap, just like the uh, software on the H520. You got your camera stuff here. Avoid obstacles. So I imagine that this turns on the sonar on your drone on the H520. Uh, Action execution every point. Additional waypoints, so you could do a bunch of stuff. You can overshoot, where it comes out here a little farther than the area or whatever. I'm not going to worry too much about that. Again, we're using AGL, above ground level. You can also choose above mean sea level, but that's a lot of math that a lot of people probably don't want to do. We have elevations, and we want to make sure that we're just above those elevations, and keeping that elevation consistent across multiple elevations. So we got this double grid. I'm not going to worry about that for right now. That's your side lap, and but to make things simple, I'll just cruise over here. That's already selected. To start dropping points, you have to control or shift, I'm sorry, and then click, or you have to double click. So I'm just gonna cruise up here and do an area here. And then I always click here in the center, and then get ready to drag this over. So I shift it again, and I just pull it right on over, right on top of that one to close the polygon. So there you go. There's our area, and these. Notice the arrow points. That's the way the drone will fly. So that's showing us this is waypoint 1, and it'll fly from waypoint 1 to waypoint 2. Come over here, make its turn, and then fly this direction and zigzag clear across there. And if you double grid it, of course, it recalculates, and now you have a double grid. So let's check the elevation. I'll get rid of the double grid here just because it gets a little complicated here. Let it recalculate. Okay. So what I said was with the GSDs, or your ground resolution, we want to see what that elevation is. So if you cruise on over here and you just hover on one of these waypoints, it shows that it's 25.6 meters above the ground. So those of you who don't know what that is in feet, 25.6. It's about 83.99 feet above the ground level. And we'll take a look at it, make sure that over the crown, over the little dips, everything that looks good. So as you can see, we have a crown right here, just actually a double crown. We'll go here, yeah, 25.6. 25.6, there's another one right there. We'll rotate this or move this around here. 25.6. 25.6, looks like it did a good job. Alrighty, so let's say we're out here in the field, got your handy dandy laptop with you. By the way, you don't need your ST16 to run this software. I know it's kind of a scary feeling. I probably won't do anything until tomorrow, and it'll be on flat land for sure, just to make sure. But what you do is you just power up your ST16. A lot of you guys will have this stuff already set up in your Wi-Fi connection and everything, so you can connect. But we'll go and I'll show you where that's at here. I'm at home, so. But what you do is you save this mission, and then when you get to the field, you upload it. So there's the E90. And you see all the stuff pop up. And we'll wait for this to clear up. Like I said, I'm sitting in my house, so. There's 7 GPSs, or 7 satellites. Boom, everything looks good. So what you do is once you're out there in the field, you'll upload it to your drone, just like you do on the ST16. When you upload a mission, upload. And of course I'm at home, so it's not gonna let me upload it. Well, maybe it did. And then what you'll do is you'll go out in the field, and you got your props on, make sure everything's good to go, and you'll arm it. I won't arm it because I'm in my house, and it'll do its thing. You go to come over here to little arm, go to auto mode, select it. In fact, I could do that here. That's what it looks like. But yeah, so auto mode failed because it wasn't armed. Anyways, that's it, guys. It'll take off and land automatically and fly these waypoints back and forth. Like I said, I'm going to try to do one tomorrow out in at my house on the flat piece of property and get going and see how it does. I think that this is a game changer for me. It is, anyways. It takes a lot of multiple mission planning for the same piece of property. And for you guys that are interested in this, let me know, and I'll either we could instant message each other on how this thing actually works or not, or go from there. But hopefully I'll do a screen record on the actual flight tomorrow and see how it does. All right, guys, thanks.